Hey ladies, this is Samantha, and I wanted to talk to you about overcoming objections. So, oftentimes when we share the opportunity, our potential team member is going to give us an objection, and that doesn't mean that they're telling us no. It simply means that they need a little bit of encouragement or a little bit of help to take that leap of faith or that jump. And so, there's four main objections that I usually hear from potential consultants. So, the first one is, I don't know enough people. How many of you guys have heard that before when you're sharing the opportunity? So when a potential consultant comes to me and shares with me an objection, there are a little process I like to go through called feel, felt, found statements. And these will really help me connect with my consultant, value what it is that she's telling me, and help her overcome that objection. So it starts by saying, I understand how you feel. I felt like XYZ. And what I found was, okay? So let's try that out. So if someone comes to me and they share with me, I might be interested in joining your team, or I might be interested in 31, but I'm just worried that I don't know enough people. Lots of times what I'll say is, you know what? I understand exactly what you're saying. You're worried that you're not going to know enough people, and you don't want to feel like you're always having to pressure your friends and your family to buy from you. You know what? I felt the same way before I joined. I was kind of worried about if I had a big enough circle or knew enough people to really help me get my business going. But what I found was it really was just about one party. And once I had my initial launch party with my family and friends, I was able to book a couple parties with other family and friends. And so, for example, if my aunt has a party and she invites her coworkers and her family and friends, I might meet some new people there that I've never met before. And then a couple of those people book a party, and it just keeps expanding your circle. The next objection that I hear all the time is, I'm not good at sales, right? So a lot of times what I like to say when someone says that to me is, I understand completely how you feel. You don't want to be the pushy salesperson that everyone avoids. I felt like the same way before I joined 31 because I had never done any kind of sales. I actually worked at an ice cream store throughout high school and a lot of college. And so I had never even worked at the mall or sold anything before 31. But what I found was it was way more about sharing what I love about the product and how I use it than it was about being sales. And you don't have to be pushy to be successful in this business. Okay, so another objection that I hear all the time is that people are worried about time, right? That's a big concern. So what I usually say is, I understand that you are worried about having enough time, and I know you have a busy schedule with work and the kids and your family and things like that, and I completely get it. I felt the same way before I joined. I was a newly single mom with a 2-year-old and a full-time job, and I kind of worried about if I would have enough time to make this business successful as well. But what I found was I could really work the business when it was convenient for me. So some weeks that meant not working at all. Other weeks it meant that I worked my business online, mainly on Facebook. And other weeks I had a couple more hours I could devote to it. And it really was just awesome that I could work my business when it worked for me, and that it really was family first and my business second. And I still found a way to make it successful. And so don't worry about that. You can kind of work the business when it works for you. So can you kind of see how those statements work? It really is about understanding how they feel and validating it, explaining to them that you felt in a similar way, and then telling them what you found once you started the business. Now, the key really here is to be authentic. You don't want to use my stories, of course. You want to use your own and share your own experiences to relate to your potential recruit. So finally, the last objection that I usually get when I'm talking to someone about the opportunity is income or money or the $99, the investment. And so I usually try to offer some sort of suggestions for those people. Maybe that might be to sell some things on a Facebook garage sale site that they're not using anymore. Maybe they can borrow money from family and friends. Maybe they can clean someone's house or do some chores or yard work to help earn the money. Or maybe it's just simply that you help them by hosting their first party and then flipping that into their party so that they know they're going to get some commission in right away after they make that $99 investment. But a lot of times what I'll say to the person is, I completely understand $99 is a big investment, so I completely understand how you feel. I personally was worried about making that investment too and was kind of nervous if I was going to get my money back, but what I found was I made $480 in my very first month with 31. So I really quadrupled my investment and had a business started that could produce income for me month after month, and that income has just grown since then. So, good luck, ladies. I hope you're able to use these feel, felt, found statements when you're overcoming objections with your potential recruits. And remember, the most important thing is really just to be authentic, be you, share with her your experience, and connect with her on that personal level. Talk to y'all soon.